I started off doing marionettes, strangely. I was always a gatherer of stuff, so I had loads of fabrics and bits and pieces, and I started making them. And then I progressed onto dolls. So I made kind of cloth dolls, and by chance, 2.5 years ago, I was asked could I do a fairy that would go outdoors and stay on trees. I'm very organic in what I'm doing, and it just suits me. It suits my personality. I suppose because they do look beautiful in either sunlight or rain. Both will sparkle off the wire and the crystals that are in it. Some of them are done for very emotional reasons, and these are in memory of people who have passed, and a lot of times in memory of children who have passed. The emotion that comes in that is what comes through in the fairies. And that's where it'll come from, and I will take it from there. As if, for instance, the one I'm doing now, the one behind me, will end up with a kite in her hand. And the top of this kite is going to be a heart, which will be filled with the stones of 2 parents' birthstones. So this fairy is going to represent a little girl called Quiva, who was stillborn. So the kite is to represent her parents up at the top, and there will be a tail with 6 butterflies on it, which are her siblings. And this represents the fact that Quiva has given flight to her family, and by holding that string, as she still does, she's allowing them to fly. So whether it's a child or a parent or whatever, there is a little area that they can go and sit down in, that they can chat with them. And for them, it's the emotion that this fairy brings. It's the feeling that this fairy brings, and the feeling that there is a little bit of the person they love, personality in this fairy. Fairies have, obviously they're a magical being, whether they do or don't exist. Some people truly, truly believe that they do exist. And there is that feeling of magic and of a connection to another world, and every culture has some sort of a fairy story. Everybody has been brought up with fairy stories, and they are very much a child thing as well. So, that's probably why I've done so much in memory of children, because there is a childlike quality to them. Every child believes in a fairy. There's that connection, there's that, fact that there's a fairy at the bottom of your garden. I grew up believing there were fairies in my garden.